and public order and control of processions ahead of 2015 elections. Some of the participants promised to support the police toward achieving success of the forthcoming general elections. In Maiduguri, Maimuna Garba, NTA News.
You're watching Panorama on the NTA. We'll pause for some messages now. The news continues shortly. Do stay with us.
No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together. Let's stop fighting each other. Let us live as one. It doesn't matter where you come from, your tribe or religion, man, woman or child. It doesn't matter who you are. Put Nigeria first. No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
How can we develop when we're always in crisis? Families have become refugees in their country. No matter our differences, show some understanding.
No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
With remarkable potentials to excel, let us believe in ourselves and change our attitude for the sake of our country and generations unborn. Let us revive our cultural values, which are our essence as a nation. Let us renew the spirit of patriotism and hope in our dear country. Do not take or give bribe. Be punctual always. No more African time. We can't expect to be global citizens and operate on African time. Join the queue. Insist that people are attended to on a first-come basis, no matter who they are or where they come from.
Nigeria, good people, great nation.
It's still NTA Panorama. Political parties in Nigeria can be effectively administered to play their roles in enhancing sustainable democracy with adequate funding and thriving internal democracy. Some political watchers and players were of these views while speaking on NTA's program Good Morning Nigeria earlier today. Timothy Yusuf reports.
Political parties are the main vehicles for organizing political representation, political competition, and democratic accountability. They are conceived as agents of power through which members of the society express themselves and their aspirations and also participate in governance. By their nature as democratic institutions, political parties play an integral role in building and sustaining democratic values. However, political watchers and players have expressed great concern about the manner in which political parties are administered in Nigeria. They question the administrative capacity of the political parties in the Fourth Republic, ranging from lack of ideology and inability of the parties to follow through implementation of their party manifestos.
Democracy, by what it connotes, is supposed to take into consideration the main ingredient of the wishes of the ordinary people, who have a right to choose a leader based on their own perception of who the leader is.
And until and unless people begin to understand that if they do not participate in politics, they stand the risk of getting, of being subjected to the rule of those that are intellectually inferior to them.
The members of the political parties need to have a financial stake. It is when they put a little money, no matter how little it is, into a party that they have a sense of belonging and they are able to challenge some of these wrong things that are happening in parties.
There is also the question of lack of internal structure and cohesion in the parties, saying the inability of the political parties to encourage fairness in the internal election of flag bearers have often led to election malpractices.
I think the way out is for Nigerians themselves to really come out and defend whatever they see is going wrong. It is not just an issue of the politicians. No, it's an issue of the people. Because at the end of the day, if you keep quiet and you allow the politicians to outsmart each other, then we have a problem at hand. What you expect them to come and do, you would certainly not get it.
Some of the people that are circumventing the system are the same people that actually designed it. And so you find yourself asking questions that, why change the rules in the middle of the game? You know, you set the rules, let's play with those rules. let's not try and circumvent and bend the system, because eventually, if you keep doing it, one day it will break.
Internal party democracy does not end until internal means of redresses are provided in such a way that persons who feel aggrieved should have confidence that the internal mechanism within the party can occasion justice.
They also called on the judiciary to assist in ensuring that justice is done to cases of injustice within political parties brought before it. In Abuja, Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
The Community Awareness on Development Network Kawan has urged women and youth to take advantage of the ongoing voter registration exercise for active participation in the 2015 elections. The national coordinator of the program, Dr. Mohammed Al-Bashir, in a statement added that it is important for eligible voters to be captured in the registration process, as it is the only qualification for voting leaders of their choice into offices. He says the organization will soon embark on a women empowerment program in all states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory. New and returning students of the University of Maiduguri are being screened for infectious diseases by health officials at designated locations within the institution. The initiative, according to authorities of the university, is a preventive measure against the outbreak of Ebola disease. Lamin Ali reports.
In its efforts at safeguarding the health of students and other members of the university's community, authorities of the University of Maiduguri set up a health services committee with a mandate to screen all new and returning students as part of the new procedure for registration as bona fide students of the university. The screening, which entails carrying out a check of the body temperature of the students, is to ascertain their current health status and to specifically prevent an outbreak of the dreaded Ebola disease. According to the Chairman, Health Services Committee and Coordinator, Ebola Virus Disease Screening Committee, University of Maiduguri, Dr. Muhammad Arab Al-Haji, the exercise was in line with the directive of the Federal Ministry of Health that requires continuous surveillance across the country despite the clean record issued Nigeria by the World Health Organization.
During the screening, once a student is picked to have a temperature that is more than 38 degrees Celsius, so we now ask him or her to go to the University Medical Center.
The students see the exercise as a welcome development and have so far cooperated with the authorities. The screening will last 2 weeks. In Maiduguri, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Sports now. Super Eagles resume training ahead of Wednesday Africa Cup of Nations final qualifier against Bafana in Uyo, as Tatiana Kashirina sets 5 world records at the International Weightlifting Federal World Championships in Kazakhstan. Kene Imabodike has details on Sports Updates.
Reigning African champions Nigeria Super Eagles are back to camp in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State after their 2-0 victory over the Red Devils in Pont-Noir, Congo-Brazzaville Saturday, which ensured the remaining contention for next year's Africa Cup of Nations in Equatorial Guinea. The Eagles resumed training ahead of Wednesday's clash against the already qualified Bafana of South Africa, which defeated Sudan 2-1. The midweek encounter, which is the last of the qualifiers, will be decided at the newly commissioned stadium in Uyo. The South African contingent of 26 players and 15 officials are expected in Nigeria on Monday. Enthusiasts believe that a high spirit in the Eagles camp will spur the African champions to secure the tickets to next year's showpiece by beating Bafana on Wednesday.
Beating Congo in Pont-Noir gives us 7, a healthy goal difference, 7-7. Then perhaps we must beat Bafana in Uyo next week. So that's just it. Mathematically, we can qualify. And as Nigerians, we're very, very optimistic and religious people. Put it together, a victory will come.
It will be recalled that both sides played a goalless draw in the first leg in Cape Town. Tatiana Kashirina of Russia set 5 world records on her way to victory in the women's super heavyweight category Sunday at the International Weightlifting Federation IWF World Championships in Almaty, Kazakhstan. She won by 28 kilograms, which was more than 50 kilograms clear of bronze medalist Chichanok Polsabsakul of Thailand, and beat 3 of her 11 rivals by 100 kilograms or more. With Sports Update, Kenei Mabudike, NTA News.
Just before we go, it is your right to challenge anybody suspected to be involved in unwholesome activities around you. Be security conscious. This message is from the Directorate of State Security. And that's it on Panorama. Nationwide news comes up at 4. Thank you for watching.